it's Yamina again, and today I am talking about a different subject. So, today I was thinking about something that I wanted to write, but I decided it would be easier to explain it in a video. So, there's things that come to my mind that I want to like write and post on Instagram or post on Facebook, and then I'm like, wait, maybe I should just say it verbally instead of writing it down, and it'll make more sense. So, a few months ago, Nima Tang made a video about self-care and finding a therapist that was like a good match for you as a person. And that made me think about when I was about 17 or 18 years old. I was still back in New York City, and I used to go to this youth community center that was just for marginalized youth to have a safe space to hang out. And I was having like a moment, a time frame of anxiety, and I don't normally deal with mood disorders or mental disorders. I was just feeling anxious that particular day, and I was feeling overwhelmed. And it just like came upon me all of a sudden, and I knew that they had free therapists, free, I think, psychologists. I don't know if they were therapists, but they were psychologists who were on site, and I was like, let me take advantage of that. So I don't know who sent me to this particular lady, but someone sent me to her. I went to her office. Her office was like within the space that I was in. It was a space that had a large lobby, had a front desk, and it had a little cafeteria, as well as a whole bunch of other little office spaces and another two open spaces for people to have fun activities within, and then just like a whole bunch of office spaces. I don't know the square footage of this place, but it was kind of big. It was like on the second or third floor and in a building in Manhattan. So yeah, so it was a kind of fairly large space that was for marginalized youth, and we were able to gather there during business hours up until maybe 7 p.m. And anyway, so I was sent to her office after telling someone I felt like I needed to talk to someone. And I was just like, my first thing is, I was a psychology double major in college. I didn't finish my major, but I was a double psychology major with creative writing as my other major. And so I always had an interest in psychology, and I always believed in the work that mental health practitioners are a part of. So I went there thinking I was going to at least be able to talk out what I was feeling, but because it's like I was going to be dumping personal information on a stranger, I couldn't just go out and say what I was feeling, what I was dealing with, what I was thinking about. I needed to feel comfortable with this person, and I didn't know her from anybody else that I didn't know. So I was uncomfortable walking in, knowing that I just wanted to like get into personal stuff, but I couldn't just do that if I didn't feel comfortable with this woman. So this woman actually looked like a high school mate that I had, and my high school mate is of Russian descent. So I was asking this lady, trying to like establish some kind of common ground so I could feel comfortable to divulge like what I was feeling, what I was thinking about to her. And she said, so I asked her where she was from, and or where's her family from, and she answered, "Oh, I've been in the Americas. I'm from the U.S." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "But where's your family from?" And she was like, "We've been in the U.S. for like 400 years." And I was like, "Well, where were they from before that?" And she was like, "Been in the U.S. for 400 years," and she was not answering my question, because I know there's a lot of white Americans, European Americans who've been here for the same amount of time as she has, and they know exactly the countries of origin that they're from. So I was kind of confused about why she was being so vague, and I was getting annoyed and exasperated with her. So I was just like, okay. And she kind of was trying to figure out why I was trying to like dig into her without actually recognizing, as I thought she should have recognized, that I was trying to establish a common ground with her. So she asked me, like, why are you concerned about that? Like, she was turning it into, like, this is going to be part of our psychology session. So she was, like, asking the question in a way that, like, typical psychologists on TV might ask the question, why does that concern you? How, like, she was going in that kind of train of thought. And I was just like, I'm asking you that question because I don't feel comfortable, and I'm trying to find a way to feel comfortable so that we have a common ground. Like, how is that hard to understand? So Nyma Tang brought out in her video to find someone who can help you with your mental health, or if you're going into a therapy session just to have therapy. You're not like dealing with a crisis, dealing with anxiety, dealing with an overwhelming experience. You're just going in. But she said to look for someone who you have a common ground with. Look for someone preferably sometimes that is of your same ethnicity, your same race, someone who will understand like what you experience as a black woman or whatever your race or ethnicity is, so that you have your first base of a common ground. So, like I said, this lady, I thought she looked like my Russian American friend, so she was white, and I didn't even think about like, oh, she's white, I'm black. Let me try to establish some kind of common ground so that she knows where I'm coming from. I was like, oh, she looks like my high school mate. Let me find out if they're from the same place. And I don't even know, because of our conversation being so unsatisfying. I don't even know that I told. Oh, I'm pretty sure I told her that I had a high school friend who was of Russian descent. So I probably told her that, but I got so frustrated with how she was going about the conversation and being so vague, and I guess she must not have known where she was from, because I know that at that time I didn't know where I was from. But now I do, but that's beyond the point. So I basically ended the session. I don't remember what I said. I just know I ended it. I didn't end up speaking about what I wanted to speak about. I just remember that I was feeling overwhelmed that day, and I didn't get to converse about it in a productive way that day, and I eventually like dealt with whatever I was dealing with. But yeah, just I guess my point, and the point that I took from Nyma, is definitely find someone that you feel comfortable with, that you feel like you can trust with your feelings, with your thoughts, with whatever's internally going on, that you feel comfortable with them, and that you can establish a common ground. And never like just deal with someone if you feel uncomfortable with them, especially if they're going to be supposedly helping you with a crisis, or just talking something out. Like, you want to be able to feel comfortable with that person. So make sure that they fit your criteria, and don't settle for less. So that's what I thought about when I saw that video. So like I said, Nyma Tang did that video a few months ago, and I've been actually thinking about writing this particular story and posting it on Facebook and Instagram for like the last few weeks, but I haven't done it. But so yeah, so that's the story, and that's what I think about, like, seeking out mental assistance, assistance for mental wellness. Just find someone that you have, that you can establish comfort zone, a comfort level with, and even if they don't understand you 100%, like, just get to a point where you feel comfortable enough with them to divulge whatever you're going to be telling them. But yeah, that's my take on that. I hope you all have a good day and a good weekend and a good week, because today is Sunday and tomorrow's Monday. So have a good day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.